When the road remembered them. Chapter 1. The days before everything fell apart. Before pain entered their lives, Ethan Miller believed he was the luckiest man in the world. He lived in a quiet town near the edge of Colorado with his wife Hannah and their two daughters, Mila and Rosie. Their house was small, but it was always warm, not because of money or furniture, but because of love. Hannah filled the home with soft laughter. She sang while cooking. She kissed the girls' foreheads before school. She told them stories before bed and never forgot to say, "I love you more than all the stars." Mila, the older one, was 9. She was thoughtful and careful. She noticed small things. Rosie, 6, was playful and curious. She asked many questions and believed every answer. Every evening they sat together on the couch. Hannah sat in the middle, holding both girls close. Ethan watched them from across the room, his heart full. "This," he often whispered, "is my whole world." Hannah smiled at him and said, "Then protect it." He promised he would. But life does not ask before it changes. One winter morning, Hannah woke up with sharp pain in her chest. She tried to stand, but fell back onto the bed. Her face turned pale. Her breathing was slow and weak. Ethan rushed to her side. "Hannah," he said, fear filling his voice. Mila ran into the room. Rosie followed, rubbing her eyes. "Mom?" Rosie whispered. Hannah tried to smile, but her lips trembled. "Be brave, my girls," she said softly. Ethan drove her to the hospital while the girls waited with a neighbor. Time moved slowly. When Ethan returned, his face looked empty. He knelt in front of Mila and Rosie. "She's gone," he whispered. Rosie screamed and cried, pulling Hannah's scarf close to her chest. Mila stood still. She did not cry at first. She hugged Rosie tightly and whispered, "Mommy is in heaven now." That night, the house felt too quiet. Chapter 2. A Home Filled with Silence. After Hannah's death, nothing felt right. Ethan tried to be strong, but grief followed him everywhere. He burned food. He forgot school meetings. He forgot to smile. Mila noticed everything. She helped Rosie brush her hair, warmed soup when Ethan forgot to eat. She whispered stories to Rosie at night when her sister cried for their mother. Rosie talked to Hannah's photo every evening. "I was good today, Mommy. Did you see me?" Ethan sat on the porch many nights, holding Hannah's ring and whispering her name like a prayer. "I don't know how to do this alone," he said. Mila heard him once. She felt fear grow inside her. One night she told Rosie, "Daddy is sad. We must be quiet." Rosie nodded, but her tears did not stop. Days became weeks. The pain did not leave. Chapter 3. A Stranger with Kind Words. One afternoon, Ethan went to the market. He stood between shelves, staring at food he did not know how to cook. "You look lost," a woman said gently. Her name was Clara Wynne. She wore neat clothes and spoke softly. She listened when Ethan spoke about his loss. She touched Ethan's arm and said, "You don't have to suffer alone." Those words felt like warmth after a long winter. Clara appeared again and again. She brought soup. She cleaned the kitchen. She smiled kindly at Ethan. But Mila watched her closely. "She smells too strong," Rosie whispered. Ethan ignored it. He felt comforted. He felt less alone. Clara said one day, "You need a fresh life. Pain will destroy you if you stay stuck." Ethan believed her. One evening, Clara said, "I will marry you." Ethan was surprised, but his loneliness spoke louder than his fear. Then Clara added, "But I do not want children." Ethan froze. "They are my daughters," he said. Clara smiled coldly. "Then choose." That night, Ethan did not sleep. He cried silently. By morning, his heart was weak. He sat Mila and Rosie down. "You will stay somewhere else for a while," he said, his voice shaking. Rosie cried. Mila asked quietly, "Why doesn't she want us?" Ethan had no answer. Chapter 5. Locked Away. Ethan led them to an old storage shed behind the land. "You'll stay here for a little time," he said. Rosie clung to him. Mila tried to be brave. Clara lied, pretending she was feeding spirits. Then one day she discovered the truth. She locked the door and stopped bringing food. Inside, Mila hugged Rosie tightly. "I'm here," she whispered again and again. Chapter 6. Left Where Fear Lives. The next morning, Ethan took them into the woods. "Rest here," he said. When they slept, he left. Rosie woke first. "Mila," she whispered, "Daddy is gone." Mila felt her heart break, but she did not cry. "We will survive," she said. That night, danger came in the form of wild animals. Mila protected Rosie with shaking hands and brave lies. Chapter 7. The Man Who Watched. They walked for days until they reached farmland. A rough man lived there. Mila stole bread quietly. One day, Rosie followed her and was caught. Mila acted fast. She tricked the man and saved her sister. They ran until their legs failed. Chapter 8. The Woman Who Opened Her Door. They reached a small cottage. An old woman named Evelyn opened the door. "Oh, children, you're safe now," she whispered. She fed them, cleaned their wounds, and held them when they cried. For the first time in weeks, Rosie slept without fear. Mila cried quietly into the pillow that night, letting go of her strength. Chapter 9. Poison and Truth. Far away, Clara tried to kill Ethan slowly, but neighbors noticed. Police arrived. Ethan woke in the hospital and whispered, "My girls." Regret crushed him. He left the hospital early and began searching. Chapter 11. A Father Who Would Not Stop. Ethan walked miles. He asked strangers. He cried openly. He said, "I failed them." But he did not stop. Chapter 12. The Place Where Paths Meet. Evelyn took Mila and Rosie to a small fair. Colors returned to Rosie's eyes. Mila smiled softly. At the same time, Ethan arrived. He saw them. He fell to his knees. "My girls!" Rosie ran to him. Mila waited. "You left us," she said. "I know," he cried, "but let me spend my life making it right." Mila stepped forward. "Don't leave again." "Never," he promised. Chapter 13. Healing is not fast. Clara was arrested. Evelyn hugged the girls goodbye. Ethan took his daughters home, a new home. Trust returned slowly. Love grew carefully. Epilogue. What home truly means. Years later, Mila would say, "We were broken, but we survived." Rosie would add, "We never let go of each other." And Ethan knew one truth forever. Home is not walls. Home is staying even when fear tells you to run. The end.